Hey guys, Dadtries, and this is Night of the Dead. Night of the Dead is an open world survival, zombie, crafting, tower defense sort of game by Jackto Studios. Let me preface by saying I did receive a review copy of the game for free. However, normal price is $30. But let's jump right in here because I have a lot to talk about. This is a 3-pager here. Graphically wise, it looks great. A ton of options. You can probably customize it to run on whatever your rig is. Here you're looking at one of the best parts of the game, the character customization. It's really good. There's not a lot you haven't seen in other games before, I'm sure, but it really is very complete. I mean, honestly, there aren't too many games that let you customize everything that this one does, so I'm pretty happy with that. Also, the perk system that you take, it's pretty much a page right out of Project Zomboid's book, if you've ever played that game. I mean, you pick positive traits, and that deducts from your point total. If you want to take some negative traits that hurt your character to get some more points back, so you can spend those on other positive ones, you can do that too. I've never really been one to dabble in the negative traits. I just take the positive ones because usually the negative ones are pretty bad. I will say that it does need a little bit more work because every negative trait just seems to be the inverse of a positive trait. There isn't a whole ton of creativity there, but the system's in place. And let's keep in mind, this game just released their 1.0 build a couple days ago on May 31st, 2024. Time of recording is June 7th. So let's remember that everything you see here is 1.0. Game is complete, ready to go. Pack it up, ship it out. It's perfect.
Are you really human? Finding me in a place like this, you're lucky. I'm Walter Wagner. If you're looking for the mutant substance, I can help you. In exchange, you need to secure a spot for me on the escape helicopter from Andorna Island.
So there's that. That's the plot of the game. You're looking for this substance, and in exchange for that, you get a helicopter off of the island, and you can get out of here. That's it. So you spend your time chasing around these quests, which are mostly fetch quests. Go here, do this, find that, bring it back, find this person, find this thing, and then you progress. As you progress through the main quest line, you get different items that are kind of gate kept behind the quests to let you start crafting bigger and better things to defend yourself. So kind of like in 7 Days to Die, where there's that blood moon every 7th day, this one is actually every night. You'll be attacked by a horde of zombies. They know exactly where you are and they come rushing at you. So the tower defense element comes into play as you're building your base. You need to kind of focus on how you're going to funnel the zombies in and make sure they all die before they get to you. Now, the storytelling and translations for the quests in this game are terrible. I mean, it's real bad. You do the quest because you have to, but it's not something that you're going to pick up this game specifically for. You buy this game if you want to play something that really puts your tower defense skills to the test in a third or first person perspective. That's really where the bread and butter of this game is. It's in the base building. You also get an AI partner to help you out, and frankly, that's probably the worst part about the game is the AI. It's really bad.
Are you trying to survive here too? All right, let's do this.
I don't know. The storytelling might also, I don't know. That's a toss-up. The storytelling's pretty bad too. But here's an alligator and a rabbit. And also, your sidekick is always in the way, whether it's building or trying to gather resources. It's just always in the way. What the hell are you doing? Oh, of course you can't use the door. Why would I think you could use the door? Jeez. So yeah, I mean, as long as you're cool with keeping a toddler alive while you endure the zombie apocalypse, sure, Sidekick's great. She's not all bad because she can act as a pack mule for you, and you can also order her to pick up certain materials as you walk around, and she will just kind of break things down and grab resources for you as you're running around. So she's not completely useless, but it is comical to watch her try to pathfind. It's comical to watch her interact with the environment, stick herself on traps, run into things, and just be genuinely terrible at everything she tries to do. But at least it's extra inventory, right? And that's a good segue to the next part of the video. I guess I'm going to start talking about things that I liked about the game. I've beat it up a little bit, so I suppose I should highlight some of the things that the game actually does pretty well, right? So there's a lot of items. There's a ton of items. There's so many things. But kind of one of the downsides there is a lot of the ores and the minerals kind of look all the same. They really need to do something to make them differentiate more between them, because I have to hover over to see what each thing is still. I guess it's not a huge deal, but still kind of annoying. But you will find that you need more inventory space sooner than later because there's a lot to pick up and there's a lot that you need, and they throw pretty much everything at you all at once. As long as you're doing the main quest line, then you start really getting the research tree expanded. So let me jump into the research tree. Quite large. And your currency for the research tree is this research data. And essentially you get that just by doing quests and killing zombies. If you kill someone like the big elite zombies, they drop more. Some of the research items actually require special books or different items for you to research. And it actually, one thing I really like, it tells you where you would find that item. So if you need a specific book, it'll tell you, it's in this general biome, and you get it by progressing your main quest line. And then you can unlock the engineering tree or whatever it might be to unlock the generator. So the research tree really does have a lot to it, and it really is what you're working towards, is to unlock more things for your base. And this is where the game really starts to thrive, is the base building mechanic, because there is a ton, there is so much that you can do to build and improve your base and funnel the zombies in, and this is where the tower defense element comes in. I think this is really what the game wanted to be, but then they made this survival crafting aspect kind of outside and around it to give it a little bit more depth. But I think they would have done better if they honestly just scrapped the storyline piece, scrapped the mechanics for crafting, and just let you build the base the way you want to. Make it a proper tower defense, because they really missed the mark on just about everything else, from resource gathering to AI and interaction with the environment. And that's where the game really falls apart, because you can spend a lot of time, like a lot of time. In fact, I had to turn the loot up all the way. I mean, I just wanted the resources because I was so sick of grinding my way through chopping down trees. It takes 7 swings from your starter axe to cut down the tree. The tree falls, you get 1 log, and it's just not enough. So I bumped it up to the point where I got like 7 or 8 logs per tree, depending on the size of the tree. And that let me start really building upon my base and actually feeling like I'm playing the game, because without that, the game it's a grind. It took a really, really long time. The first night, I was not prepared. I actually had to stop in the middle of the first wave and turn it down because I had no idea what I was getting into. I didn't build the right defenses just because I didn't really have the resources, and I really wasn't sure what to expect. I kind of approached it like I would have if it was 7 days to die, just kind of like, well, I can deal with this first wave. It shouldn't be that bad, but it was pretty bad. And that actually is another thing that the game has done well, is the customization of your gameplay experience. I mean, you can make it peaceful to the point where there are no zombies, and then you can just spend the whole time just gathering resources, building a base, and then you can turn the zombies back on and see how your tower defense strategy went, which is great. That's actually how I played it for a little while, because the zombies were just kind of in the way, and I really wanted to get to the base building aspect because I knew that's where this game really made its money. And there's a lot to do, there's a lot to build, there's a whole ton of traps. I mean, the sky's the limit with this. The downside is the pathfinding of the zombies is just so bad. I mean, they'll just throw themselves at nothing repeatedly over and over, and it really takes away from the immersion of it all when the zombies are just not able to see or figure out where they need to go for the path of least resistance. They just get stuck on things. The spike traps, if you put spike traps in the right place, they just continuously run into them until they die. It's just, they missed the mark. It could have been good, but there's so many zombie survival crafting games out there right now that this one just misses the mark in a lot of places. And for $30, nah, it's got to be better than this for $30. I don't think so. Pass on this one unless you get it on a super sale, and I'm talking like $5, and you and your friends just want to build crazy contraptions. There are vehicles in the game, of course, but the vehicles are pretty buggy, but you can build on the vehicles. I didn't get that far. I didn't really care to, but I have uninstalled this one. I probably won't play it again. It's just not great. I also did, as a closing comment, try it out on the Steam Deck. It will install, it'll run, but the inventory management's real bad because you have to use the thumb pad to transfer stuff over, so anything you're doing with that is really annoying, and it also kind of runs crappy. It stutters. I don't get great frame rates, so not something you're going to want on the Steam Deck either. And it's a shame because there really is some great things about the game. Like, the graphics are good, the customization of the difficulty is great, the player customization's awesome, but then there's just, it seems like pure negligence in other areas, like the storytelling, the voice acting, the pathfinding, the AI. It's all of those things together make all of the good things about the game kind of null and void. Just not a good experience, not something I'm going to spend any more time playing. And that's it. That's all I've got for this one. So enjoy this awesome footage of my base burning to the ground, which is awesome. I mean, look at the fire spread. This is great. How can you have this much awesomeness and this much attention to the spread of the fire, but then you have Lily up there roasting in thin air? That's it. Thanks for watching. I hope I have saved you $30. Let me know in the comments what you think about the game if you've played it, and have a great rest of your day.
I can't fight like this.